Goal setting is inevitable if you want to level up and start changing your life. Learning how to do it in an effective way that makes the journey enjoyable, that's the whole key. We're going to talk about it today. Let's go get that nugget. Welcome to Life Mastery for Women. I'm your host, Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Join me here 3 times a week for empowering conversations, powerful tools and techniques to help you experience more joy, healing, and deeper connections in your life. Feel free to join my online Facebook communities, Chakras for Beginners or Lady Rising, where you can share your experience and ask your questions. If you're interested in joining a live and in-person community of women who connect, heal, and create a life that is full of joy, inspiration, and empowerment, then please send me an email to the meditationroomtc@gmail.com, subject line, let's talk. Get ready, ladies. It's time to get that nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. Life is hard, but your personal growth doesn't have to be. Hey guys, it's Jen Mack, Lady of the Mind. Welcome to today's episode where I hope I am finding you going after your goals with gusto. If you're not going after your goals with gusto, then that is my intention that in today's episode, I give you just one nugget of inspiration towards your transformation. So I know I wasn't really going to talk about goal setting, but you know what? When you think about it, when you're ready to level up your life, no matter what area, no matter what that is, that going after your goals with gusto is like the thing. We always talk about goal setting and then we don't achieve the goal. We don't get it. We don't, years go by and you're still living your life without the thing that you want. It becomes a little defeating. Well, that's how it is for me anyway. But today I want to give you an acronym that I feel like will help you to create a little bit more energy and liveliness when it comes to setting your goals, but really going after your goals, like really beginning the journey of achieving the goal that you want. And it doesn't matter what it is. So the other day, I have a very small house and I have, there's 4 of us living here. So me and Amy and the boys, and we have a small living room and most of the walls are kind of a bright color, like this bright, I want to say like a creamy color, right? With like white accents, and it's very bright. And I was sitting in here one day and I was telling her, well, I wasn't telling her anything. I'm sitting here one day, kind of over the holidays, the Christmas holidays, and we had already had Christmas here. And I kept staring at this one wall. So you remember a long time ago in houses where like all the walls are one color except one, the accent wall. Well, my accent wall, and don't laugh, was kind of a dark Hershey brown. Now, it looks really good. Now, the problem, if you know anything about colors in your house, is it made the room not only feel small, but feel really dark on the side. And so I remember sitting here, everybody was gone, and I always like projects. That's like my game. I really, really love projects, to do things. I like to engage with my environment. I like cleaning, organizing. I like putting things away, and I like making the house look nice, even though it's small. I like doing things that make the house look nice, right? And things to be efficient. That's like all part of my DNA. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the house and I'm like, okay, I need a project. I need something to do. So I'm looking at this wall and I'm seeing how dark it is. And I've already made a couple different comments over the couple of days. I'm like, I think I want to paint that wall. And that's kind of all I said about it. And I'm like, I'm going to paint that wall. So I'm standing here, I'm looking in the living room, and I looked at the wall and I said, I'm going to paint that wall. Okay. Then I'm really close to Menards, like a couple of miles. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go downstairs and see if I have any of the same color that the other walls are, that kind of creamy color to brighten it up. And I didn't have enough. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to Menards. I'm going to go paint the wall. And then there's, some furniture along the wall, a chair and a couple cabinets. And I'm like, I can move those easily. And there's some paintings that are hung on the wall. I'm like, I can take those down easily. And this is going to be easy. Like I can totally do this. And I looked at the time. And I'm like, okay, so I have enough time to do it before Amy gets home. I could surprise her with this. So it was like 4 hours. I had like 4 hours. And so off I went. I went to the store. I got the paint. I got the stuff, the roller, the paintbrush, all the stuff. And I got to work. And at the end, I put music on, I'm painting, and I'm like, as I'm rolling, like I don't love painting, but I love painting. I don't want to be a painter. Don't ask me to come over and paint your living room. I'm not interested in that. But I love it when it's done because it's so clean and fresh. I love the smell of paint. I love the freshness of it. The wall is really clean, like the nicks and the little dirt and the scuffs and all that stuff all got cleaned and filled in and whatever. So it's like brand new clean slate. Like I really love that. So I got music blaring. I've got and I'm painting and it looks so good and it's just like and then it's over. And I stand back and I go get a couple of fans and I'm looking at the wall and I couldn't believe the difference. I couldn't believe how bright and how big the room felt. And that's exactly what I wanted. And going from that dark, and we live in northern Michigan. So right now, I did this as December and late December. And of course, it's just kind of gray outside, right? And we don't have any snow. So the leaves have fallen. The grass is brown, brown leaves all over and the sky is gray. So it's really dark. And then the house is really dark. Well, I don't know about you, but that can shift your emotions. When you're living in like a dark space, even though this is kind of the season for hibernation, but I'm like, I'm ready, okay? I'm ready for things to be different. So I stand back, I turn the lights off, and I can still feel the brightness of the room. Now, this is when the whole idea came together. Amy came home, big surprise, it's all dry, got all the stuff put back, got all the paintings hung on the wall, and we couldn't believe the difference. She's like, is amazing. She goes, it looks like that wall got pushed back like 10 feet, and it's really bright in here, and we just love it. And then I said, I think for the podcast, I want to talk about goal achieving. I want to talk about how do we reach our goals. And I said, I think I'm going to use the steps that I just went through today, this afternoon, about painting the wall. So that's what I want to walk you through. It does not matter what goal you're setting, whether you're going to paint a wall, go on a trip, make more money, improve your relationship, lose some weight, change careers. It doesn't matter what your goal is. It's called an overlay. So you find the tools and tactics that work, the steps, if you will, to achieve the thing. Okay. And then you overlay that to whatever the thing is that you're wanting to achieve. So that's what I did. So let's peel it apart little by little, layer by layer, and overlay the steps that I took that created this amazing wall in my living room. I know it's not the very best story, but it was a very quick and results focused with a lot of achievement and a lot of success. And that's what I want for you. So the very first, the acronym is the word DONE. Like, I love that. Like, we hear that all the time. Brandon, he's our son. He's our middle son who has autism. He's 18 years old. And when he does an amazing job with chores, like all the boys do chores, they help around the house. We've been teaching them that since they were really little. And Brandon is really, really good at it. He's very slow and meticulous and pretty detail oriented. Like when we're having him put dishes away, he is in there with the towel, literally getting every droplet of water off the dish before he puts it away. But then when he comes out, he says, "Done." Every time. Brandon, go in, brush your teeth, brush your hair, put dishes away, whatever the thing is. And he comes out, always comes back to where we are and just says, "Done." And we're like, okay, you can go play or you can, hang out with us, whatever you want to do. And so I thought that acronym was pretty fun, though that's not how I came up with it. I'll tell you that later. All right. So the very first part, because what we want is the goal to be done. We want to check it off the list. We want to achieve the thing. We want to have success. And when we roll around the new year, we're always talking about goals. I'm watching them all over on Facebook, New Year's resolutions, goals that they're setting. It's good to have a year-long focus. But what I find is that people set goals and they don't know how to achieve them. They don't know what to do. And they push and they fret and they worry and they force themselves and then they give up because it's too hard. So what this does is allows us to create a path or create some steps, if you will, that allow the achievement to be fun and easy and like in the flow where we are like really flowing. Okay. I really like that. I like it to be easy. I want things to be easy. I don't mind like the wall, painting the wall, pulling the stuff out. Overall, it was easy. I mean, it took some work, of course, and pulling cabinets away from the wall and cleaning and vacuuming and doing all that, cleaning the wall and whatever. It was work, but overall, the whole entire task was easy. And I like it. And I want it to be easy for you. So the acronym is DONE, D-O-N-E. And here's the first one. The D stands for a couple of things, but the very first thing is dream. Dream. So I'm standing here, it's just a wall, but it's simple. It's the same steps. I'm looking at it and going, you know what? I want that wall to be a different color. I'm allowing myself to dream. I want my body to be in this kind of shape. I want to make this kind of money. I want to have this kind of career. I want to have this kind of a relationship. And allowing myself to dream instead of, my mother-in-law's here, Amy's mom's here, and she's like, you're not going to paint that wall right now. And I'm like, I'm not thinking about doing it right now, but I am thinking about it. It was, even though she was like, because people know that when I get my mind on something, it is like full steam ahead. Everybody stand aside. I am moving through. But that's because I get into alignment. So first is dream. The next, stay on the D. The next is after I dream is to decide. Decide. I am going to paint that wall. Because before it was, I was dreaming about it. Like, that wall would be really nice. I think that wall should be one of these brighter colors because I think that's why it's so dark in here. Well, of course it's dark. It's a dark brown color. But I think that that's why it feels small and feels dark. And I think this is all the dreaming stage. If I painted a brighter color, it's going to feel better in here. It's going to brighten it up. It's going to feel better. It's going to feel bigger. Let's do it. That's the dreaming part. The next is decide. Decide. I am going to paint that wall. I am going to lose weight. I am going to make more money. I am going to improve this relationship. Decide. When you decide, there is the solar plexus lights up. Ooh, we're going to do something. The dream is the third eye and could be the heart. But the solar plexus lights up when you start with something that's, I am going to do something. I am moving. It's the taking action. It's the power. It's your power center. So as soon as I made that decision, and this is going to move me right into O, but I want to come back to D for a second. The O part, as soon as I made the decision, now I'm like up and moving. The next part, the O, is overview. So leave room for a D because I am going to come back to the D for just a second. The O is overview. How am I going to achieve this goal? What are my action steps? What am I going to do? And I'm looking at the wall going, okay, I'm going to pull that furniture apart, or not apart. I'm going to pull it away from the wall. I need the vacuum. I need the duster. I'm going to need the paint roller, a paint pan. I'm going to need the sheets to put down so I don't get paint on the floor. I'm going to need some music. I'm going to need some light. It's the overview. It's the steps, the action steps that I'm going to take. I want to go back to the D, and that is determination. Determination is also the solar plexus. This is lighting you up, getting you the action that feeds the energy of the body to carry out and execute the plan. So, but if I don't actually decide, the solar plexus never lights up. It never comes to your aid. And we need that. If you want warmth in the house, you have to light the fire. And that is the element of the solar plexus. You have to light the fire. If you don't light the fire, you're not going to have heat. If you don't have heat, you are not going to move. Right? You're not going to get going. So if I'm like, I want to paint that wall. I want to paint that wall. I could have said that for 10 years. I want to paint that wall. If you keep saying that, you're not actually making the decision, which means you're not actually lighting up the solar plexus to come to your aid to help you carry out the tasks that it's going to take. So you must say, I am going to. You must personalize it. You must fire it up. And there is a big difference. Go back in your mind when you've made a decision about something and how easy it was after that. I am going to the store and it's easy, right? I'm going to take that job, right? And you just find this energy within. And that's what we say. It lights you up. And you want the goal to light you up where you can identify with it. You can say, I am going to achieve this. I am going to lose 20 pounds. I am going to get in shape. Okay. And determination is the other D. So I'm going to go back over these just in case you're taking notes. The first of the D is dream. The second of the D is decide. And the third of the D is determination. That determination is part of deciding, is using whatever you can use that is going to keep you motivated. And if it keeps you motivated, that is going to help you carry through the whole task. All of the steps to get to wherever it's going to keep lighting you up. That is calling the solar plexus forward. The O is overview. That is, here's this goal that I want. What are now the steps? What are the action things that I want to take? Now, I want to add something to this. I'm going to add another O while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to add another O, and that O is overly positive emotion. Overly positive emotion. If, let's say, I use this because I was in the fitness industry for 25 years, and I heard a lot of women that I worked with that says, I need to lose 20 pounds. I need to lose 50 pounds. When we use those words, need, should, have to, got to, those are commands. Even though they're coming from us, those are commands that typically we will rebel against, even though they're coming from us. When I say something like, I should go to the gym, I'm most likely not going to go. But if I use this, I'm going to call it an overlay, but if I use these steps, and the first one is, I want my body to be like that. I am going to get my body to be like that. Now I've got the solar plexus engaged. And the overview is, here's where the positive is going to come in. So these two go together. The overly positive emotion. What if I hate the gym? What if I don't have someone to work out with? Then I want to pull back those steps for you and say, think of the overview, those steps that will induce a positive emotion. Like I love hiking, biking, and kayaking. Okay, so what if instead of going to the gym to, quote, lose weight, what if I go to the gym to work out where I am going to get better at hiking, biking, and kayaking? Now there's a different purpose. And the science of losing weight is burning more energy, which is fat. Fat is stored energy. Burning more energy than I consume, which is through our food. And then my body is going to transform. That's it. The science is very, very simple as it relates to losing weight. We complicate it because our emotions get in the way and say, I don't really want to go to the gym, or I don't want to work out by myself. So when you are looking at your overview, I want you to be thinking about, I invite you to think about how you can make it an overly positive experience. So when I was going to paint the wall, now I could be someone who absolutely hates painting. I don't hate it. I just don't want to make a job doing it. I don't want to come and paint your house. I will help you come up with the steps to do it though. But in order for me to make it an overly positive experience, or to create an overly positive emotion, then I'm going to put a movie on because it's in the living room. I'm going to put music on. I love music. I'm going to put a movie on. I could listen to a podcast. I'm going to do whatever I can to create the experience that is going to be a positive experience. So if I'm going to go to the gym, let's say, then, and I don't really like the gym, is there a way for me to either avoid the gym and work out someplace else? I can work out outside. I can use my body weight. I can get videos, watch YouTube videos, exercise. There's all kinds of ways now to move your body that are completely enjoyable and different. I could get someone to go with me. I could buy brand new headphones and listen to really cool music, right? There's lots of ways. I can go for walks outside. Oh, I could walk the dogs. I can get my neighbor to go with me. I could go to that one park. Maybe I could meet some people. Maybe not. Maybe I don't want to work out with anyone, but I can do something that creates a more positive experience. Okay, moving on. So the N. The N stands two things. Now, it stands for now, take action. So go. The fire is lit, take action. Okay. And the other N is never give up. If you look back and let's say you set your goal and you start going and you're good for a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, and all of a sudden you're starting to recognize that you're not motivated anymore, I want you to go back to looking at how can I look back at these tools, look back at these steps here, and create a completely different way to make this more fun. And if I'm seeing that my motivation is dropping, like, nah, I'm not really going to get up and go to the gym today. That whatever that thing is just isn't motivating me. Then it's time not to give up. It's not time to give up and say, I'm not, I guess I'm just not cut out to do this anymore. No. Your plan is becoming boring. So let's rejuice up the plan, remake the decision, because the physical body, well, whatever your goal is, it's going to, if you're moving the physical around, you're wanting more money, you're wanting a career, you're wanting to improve your relationship, all of these things are going to take a little bit of time. But if I keep deciding, if I keep stepping back into the beginning, come back to the beginning of the D and go, okay, what's the dream? And get excited again. Why do you want the thing? And then decide again. You know what? I've lost 5 of the 20 pounds. I am going to keep going. I am motivated. I might just have to rework the plan. I'm not excited about this thing anymore. Or maybe I've plateaued. I mean, if we're talking about physical, but maybe I've plateaued. But either way, if you are feeling like you've lost, like the fire's gone out, and it happens. This is when people, between 6 weeks, it's like the numbers get bigger. The first 3 weeks, like 25% people drop their goals and their resolutions. And by the time 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks come around, it's like 80% of people have dropped their goal. It's not you. It's the plan. Now we just need to rework it and make it a little bit more exciting. We need to go back to redeciding, redreaming, go back to the overview, go back to creating the overly positive emotion, and then getting back to taking action and never giving up. So the never giving up doesn't mean keep working the same exact plan and push through boredom, because that will be a recipe for failure. You won't keep going. So it is about, do I want to do this plan? We have to step back and assess. Do I want to do this plan? And if I don't, I don't really like doing that anymore. Great. Let's come up with something else. Let's do something different. So at the end of 6 weeks, we reassess. Oh, that's going to push me forward a little bit. Okay, I like that. That feels better. And I've got a new plan. And now we keep carrying it out. We're still heading towards the same goal. We just did a little course correction. I'm on it. We're ready. And we're all fired up again. Good. Now you're going to ride the next 6, 8, 12 weeks. And if it tanks again, then you reassess it again. Okay? And the last one, the E in done, is enjoy the journey. Really about managing our emotions during the task. I want to lose 20 pounds. That's my goal. I want to lose 20 pounds, and I have a monetary goal for my business. So I have these 2 goals, and I'm going to create an overview. I've already made the decision. I'm going to take action, and I'm going to keep working on my motivation. I'm going to keep working on my motivation. So when I pull that goal towards me, I am also moving towards it with motivation. We can't just sit down. The goal is not going to come towards us. As soon as I stop moving, the goal stops moving towards me. Okay? So I think that it's really important to just invite your mind to open up a little bit, to dream a little bit, to step into the ring and level your life up, no matter what it is that you are looking to do. What I want to do in these I'm going to do 2 minutes. And I'm going to roll it right out to silence in case you want to carry it on longer than 2 minutes. But I want to encourage you, if you can, to close your eyes in this moment. And I want you to think of your goal. Let's start with the dream. I'm not going to walk you through all the steps, but I want to walk you through the most important steps, which is the dreaming part of things. So I want you to, if you can, if you're not driving, is to sit back. Let's just right now, in this moment, call back our energy. Call back our energy from all the tabs that are open, all those emotional, mental tabs that are open and out and away from you. All the things that you're thinking about, the worries, the doubts, the fears. And I want you to think about the result that you want. I want you to think about the big goal. So as you call back your energy, put your hand on your chest, on your heart. And I want you to pull in an idea, a dream, of something that you want to achieve, something that is calling to you. And as you do that, we're going to clear the energy around. So I clean and clear this any and all negative energy around you, allowing only love and light to come in. I want you to take a deep breath in, being open and receiving of a new idea or the dream to start taking shape. And as you call that in with your hands on your heart, is to be open. Open to allow the dream to make its way into your body. And then visualize the end result. Visualize the end of the goal. I've achieved the goal. What is my life like? How am I acting? How am I feeling? What am I doing? And who am I with? And I want you to sit here for a minute. I'm going to wrap up the podcast and it will just end. I won't do a closing outro inviting you to anything. I want you just to sit with this feeling. And the goal is to feel the goal being complete, where it's like you can open your eyes and you will see the new life.